2 miles beneath the Pacific Ocean, where sunlight has never touched and the pressure could crush a human body in milliseconds, something unexpected gleamed in the darkness. The robotic arm of the deep-sea submersible Hercules trembled as it reached toward a golden fragment protruding from the seafloor. As the mechanical fingers closed around the object and lifted it toward the camera, the expedition team aboard the research vessel Nautilus fell silent. They were holding a tooth from Otodus Megalodon, the largest shark ever known to have lived. This discovery, documented in 2024, marked the first time a megalodon tooth had been observed and recovered in situ from the deep ocean floor, over 10,000 feet down on an unexplored seamount south of Johnston Atoll. Preserved exactly where it had rested for millions of years, the tooth offered scientists something they had never had before: context. Measuring nearly 3 inches long, its serrated edges remained sharply defined despite its immense age. A metallic coating of ferromanganese had slowly accumulated on its surface, confirming it had lain undisturbed in the abyss for millions of years. It looked less like a fossil and more like a weapon forged by the ocean itself. But this tooth didn't prove that Megalodon ruled the deep sea. Instead, it raised a far more unsettling question. How did a predator we associate with warm, shallow waters end up here, in a place it may never have lived at all? The answer would force scientists to confront a deeper truth. Much of what we think we know about Megalodon is built not on certainty, but on assumption. To understand why this discovery matters, we need to return to an ocean that existed long before humans, a world shaped by conditions unlike anything we see today. Around 23 million years ago, during the early Miocene epoch, Earth's climate was warmer and more stable than it is now. Polar ice was minimal, sea levels were higher, and expansive shallow seas covered much of what is now dry land. These environments supported an abundance of large marine animals and created ecological conditions capable of sustaining enormous predators. Megalodon did not emerge suddenly. It was the product of a long evolutionary lineage of large lamniform sharks, refined over tens of millions of years. Its ancestors survived mass extinctions, shifts in ocean chemistry, and dramatic climate changes. By the Miocene, this lineage had produced one of the largest predatory fish ever to exist, an animal estimated to reach 50 to 65 feet in length, weighing many tens of tons. For decades, Megalodon was depicted as a bulky, oversized great white. But recent anatomical modeling based on fossil vertebrae discovery in Belgium and Denmark suggests a different picture. Rather than a stocky ambush hunter, Megalodon was likely more elongated and streamlined, resembling modern large pelagic sharks such as lemon sharks or makos. This body plan would have reduced drag and improved energetic efficiency, an essential adaptation for an animal with enormous metabolic demands. Its body was covered in microscopic denticles that minimized turbulence as it moved through the water. Its senses were well suited to low-light marine environments, allowing it to detect movement and disturbance at close range. And its jaws contained more than 250 serrated teeth arranged in multiple rows, designed not for delicate precision, but for catastrophic damage. Estimates of Megalodon's bite force, derived from biomechanical modeling, suggest it may have been the most powerful bite of any known animal. Fossil evidence shows repeated bite marks on the rib cages and vertebrae of large whales, indicating attacks that caused massive trauma, rapid blood loss, and internal injury. This was not a predator built for prolonged pursuit, but one that relied on proximity, surprise, and overwhelming force. The Miocene Ocean offered an abundance of suitable prey. Early whales were larger, slower, and less socially coordinated than modern species. Many lacked the defensive behaviors seen in today's marine mammals. Sea turtles reached immense sizes, and pinnipeds were widespread along warm coastlines. These conditions did not make Megalodon inevitable, but they made it possible. Megalodon's hunting strategy reflected these constraints. Rather than tracking individual prey across the open ocean, it likely moved between productive feeding grounds, migration routes, coastal nurseries, and regions where large animals congregated. Its large, oil-rich liver would have helped maintain buoyancy and conserve energy during long periods between successful hunts. Once prey entered its effective sensory range, escape became unlikely. When it struck, the attack was sudden and catastrophic. Fossil evidence shows Megalodon frequently delivered massive bites to the rib cages of large marine mammals, causing severe trauma, rapid blood loss, and organ damage. The force behind those bites was so immense that Megalodon teeth have been found embedded deep within whale vertebrae, driven into bone with such power that they became permanently lodged. The sensory capabilities of Megalodon were extraordinary, but not supernatural. Like modern sharks, it relied on a layered system of senses, each effective at different distances. Low-frequency sounds from struggling or injured prey could draw its attention from hundreds of meters away. Its acute sense of smell allowed it to follow faint chemical trails through the water. As it closed in, vision and its lateral line system helped pinpoint movement and position. Only in the final moments did electroreception come into play, allowing Megalodon to detect the weak electrical fields of living prey at close range and deliver a precise, devastating strike. In the ancient oceans, prey didn't vanish because Megalodon could sense them from miles away, but because once it entered this sensory envelope, escape was nearly impossible. But perhaps the most remarkable thing about Megalodon was its global distribution. Fossil teeth have been found on every continent except Antarctica, from the shallow coastal waters of what is now Florida to the deep ocean basins of the Pacific. This was not a regional predator. Fossil evidence shows Megalodon had a broad geographic range, capable of moving between distant ocean basins over the course of its lifetime. But wide distribution did not mean universal dominance. Like all large predators, Megalodon depended on specific environmental conditions, warm waters, abundant prey, and stable ecosystems that were not present everywhere nor forever. The deep-sea discovery also reveals something profound about Megalodon's life cycle. For decades, scientists believed that these giants spent their entire lives in warm, shallow coastal waters. The Johnston Atoll tooth complicates this picture. It does not demonstrate that Megalodon lived or hunted at abyssal depths, but it does show that its remains could reach far offshore and settle on the deep seafloor. Whether this occurred through post-mortem sinking, oceanic transport, or rare offshore activity remains uncertain, but it highlights how incomplete the fossil record still is. At depths of over 10,000 feet, the pressure is more than 300 times greater than at sea level, enough to compress a human body to the size of a marble. There is no evidence that Megalodon was physiologically adapted to survive at such depths. The extreme pressure and near-freezing temperatures of the abyss remain incompatible with what we know of large, active predatory sharks. The tooth's presence on the seafloor reflects where it was deposited, not necessarily where the animal lived. This raises haunting questions about Megalodon's final moments. Did this particular individual die in the deep sea, its massive body sinking through miles of black water before coming to rest on the abyssal plain? Or did it lose this tooth during a deep water hunt, pursuing prey into the crushing depths where few predators dared to follow? The tooth itself offers no answers, only the silent testimony of a creature that lived at the very edge of what its environment could sustain. The world that supported Megalodon began to change around 5 million years ago. The warm, stable climate of the Miocene gave way to a cooler, more variable environment. Ice caps began to form at the poles, sea levels dropped, and the vast shallow seas that had served as nurseries for young megalodons started to disappear. The large, slow-moving marine mammals that had been Megalodon's primary prey began to evolve new survival strategies. They became faster, smarter, and more social. Meanwhile, smaller, more adaptable predators like early great whites began to outcompete megalodons for the remaining food sources. The extinction of Megalodon around 3.6 million years ago wasn't the result of a single catastrophic event. Instead, It was a slow strangulation as the ocean ecosystem that had supported these giants for over 15 million years gradually collapsed. The final megalodons lived in an increasingly hostile world, struggling to find enough food to sustain their massive bodies while competing with more efficient predators for dwindling resources. But the discovery at Johnston Atoll suggests that some megalodons may have tried to adapt by expanding their hunting range into previously unexplored territories. The deep ocean has been proposed as a possible refuge, but there is no evidence that it could have sustained a predator of megalodon's size and metabolic demands. Even if individuals occasionally ventured offshore, the conditions that once supported the species, warm seas, abundant large prey, and stable ecosystems, were disappearing everywhere. Today, as we explore the deepest parts of our oceans with increasingly sophisticated technology, we're discovering that the abyss holds secrets we never imagined. The Johnston Atoll tooth is just the beginning. There may be other megalodon fossils waiting in the deep, each one a piece of a puzzle that could revolutionize our understanding of these ancient predators. The deep sea remains Earth's final frontier, a realm more alien and mysterious than the surface of Mars. In its crushing depths, where the pressure could flatten a submarine and the darkness is absolute, the ocean keeps its secrets jealously. But occasionally, like a whisper from the ancient past, something emerges from that darkness to remind us that our planet once belonged to creatures far more magnificent and terrifying than anything alive today. The megalodon tooth from Johnston Atoll now sits in a laboratory, its golden surface gleaming under fluorescent lights as scientists continue to unlock its secrets. But in the crushing depths where it was found, the abyss continues its eternal vigil, holding countless other treasures from Earth's prehistoric past. And somewhere in that darkness, in the deepest trenches and most remote seamounts, other fragments of megalodon may be waiting. Silent witnesses to a time when giants ruled the seas and the ocean itself trembled at their passing. The discovery reminds us that extinction is not erasure. The ocean remembers everything, preserving the evidence of vanished worlds in its deepest places. And as we continue to explore those depths, we may find that the line between past and present, between extinct and extant, is not as clear as we once believed. In the abyss, time moves differently, and the ancient past feels as immediate as yesterday's tide. If the abyss has taught us anything, it's that the ocean's deepest secrets are still waiting to be discovered. So dive deeper into the mystery by liking this video, sharing your thoughts about what other ancient giants might be lurking in the depths below, and subscribe to join us as we continue exploring the dark waters of our planet's most incredible mysteries.